3, 2, 1, and action.
Michael, I always get kind of excited when I know I'm going to talk with you because every time I interview you and I bring it back to my people, they always say, he's the best. You always get such good interviews with him. So I want you to continue to make me look good, okay?
Oh my God, what a responsibility. No, you just buried me before I started.
Not really. Also, I have to tell you how much I like this picture. Michael, this is
Really?
a good picture.
Good.
Good picture.
Yeah, even I liked it, and I never like any of them. I liked it, yeah.
Oh, come on. You mean you don't like your pictures normally?
Well, I see them, and I sit there kind of strange, like some stranger. I sit there and watch them. But I was very taken with this picture, very much.
The others you tend to...
So there's some of them, some of them nobody liked, including me.
This is your first time to work in a Woody Allen film.
Yeah.
And Woody, of course, gets this little group of people around him. It's almost like a rep company, isn't it?
Exactly. It was really rather like being back in the theatre. We worked as a sort of ensemble group, and it's even more like being back in the theatre because you work in long takes. So you get a scene going, rather than doing just a little bit and then round the other way and another little bit. It's one way of working, and it's very good, and he knows how to do that better than anybody.
So he'll take, what would be the longest scene that he would ever film in one take?
4 or 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. You really have to know your lines when you come to work on Monday morning, I tell you. It took me by surprise the first time. I thought, well, we'll do that page, and then we're bound to cut. I always look at it and say, he's bound to cut there. And of course he didn't. And the next page, I say, we'll cut the next page. Fortunately, I'm a fast study. But he nearly caught me out on the first day.
And does he get testy if people blow their lines then?
No. No, that's the thing about him. You see, he never gets angry or anything. That's why he's great with actors. He looks at you and tries to figure out, why you blew the line there. Maybe there's something wrong with the emotion or there's something wrong with the line. I rarely forget a line, but if I ever do, I usually find there's something wrong with the line because it doesn't follow. Otherwise, why would you forget it?
Are there any disadvantages, though, Michael, to working in long takes like that?
Yeah, you're very often out of focus when you're saying something important. And you don't get any close-ups, and very often you go to the back of your head to the camera. I mean, it's different from normal, but it's a price you pay for having this continuity of emotion and build, which usually works out very well. I must say I liked it very much.
In any given scene, how many times might he do it? And I'm thinking to get a variety of shots.
Oh, the minimum is 6 or 7. Usually go to about 14. I think that most pictures I've made have been take 1. I make most pictures in take 1, and for me to go to 6 or 7 or 14 takes, but it's to get you really into it, and you keep delving deeper and deeper. This is what he's after all the time, and he gets it, as you can see in the movies, all his movies, but particularly in this one, where the takes were very long and you just keep at you and at you and at you all the time.
The Oscars are coming up pretty soon, and you have 3 times been nominated.
Yes.
Let's see if I can remember. Sleuth was 1, California Suite was 1.
No.
No?
Alfie.
Alfie, yes.
And Educating Rita.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Should have been nominated for that.
What, California Suite?
Yes.
Well, I wasn't, but
Yeah, you should have been. But
Yeah.
anyway, what I'm getting to, Michael, is sometimes people do win the first time out, their first major film role, like Ben Kingsley, Gandhi.
yeah.
Do you have any feelings about that? Do you think they should, maybe a person just gets lucky the first time out?
If I was Ben Kingsley, I wished I hadn't won it. Because it's sort of like starting at the top. Where are you going to go now? I've been acting in movies for 22 years, and I'm still struggling to get the Oscar. He's already got it, It's very difficult to start out at the top, I think. And the Oscar is being very unkind to people who have won it fast. I mean, I think immediately of Julie Christie. You know, it's because what happens is people say he's won the Oscar, he's priced himself out of the market. If ever I win the Oscar, I got my speech ready. The first thing I'm going to say is, I promise not to price myself out of the market. So please don't hesitate to ring up if you have something for me to do.
I have to ask you one more question about working with Laurence Olivier. You know, you read this and hear it all the time, the finest living actor, Laurence Olivier. Now, do you know how he feels about that? Did he ever articulate that to you, how he felt about that mantle?
He feels like the rest of us. He keeps trying. And I don't think he believes he's the finest living actor. I do, but I don't think he does. Because he doesn't know when he does it or how he does it, like the rest of us and whatever we do. I remember there was a day on Sleuth when there were a lot of problems. He wasn't feeling very well. I mean, we know he's been ill now, but we didn't know he was ill then, but he was starting. And there was a scene where it didn't really come across, and Joe Mankiewicz was saying, "Do it again, Larry, and let's see what." And then suddenly, it was rather like a whirlwind. Suddenly, this came right out of nowhere. It was one of the most stunning things I ever saw. Was this man suddenly change, and it was quite incredible. I nearly forgot my lines. I couldn't remember what the answers were, and there it was, all there, you know. And it takes some doing to do that. And I don't think he knows how he does it, and I don't think anyone else does either.
That's a lovely story. Michael, I could sit here the rest of the day and talk with you, but others are waiting.
I'm going to sit here the rest of the day anyway. You might as well stay here.
Michael, thank you so much.
Okay,
it's always
darling.
fun to see you. And again, let me tell you how much I like this film, and
Well,
you're
thank
just
you.
wonderful in it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Boys.
It really is, Michael. It's an
Bobbie,
awfully
if you
good
stand
film.
up. Roll, stand by. We have speed 3, 2, 1, and action.
Michael, what is the longest scene that Woody would run from beginning to end? What are the advantages of working that way? Are there some disadvantages to doing those long scenes and long takes? Do you have any feelings about whether or not an actor should win the first time he does? Do you have any feelings about whether or not Do you have any particular feelings about whether or not an actor should get an Oscar for the first role he's ever done in a movie? How does Laurence Olivier cope with this mantle that he has of being the world's greatest living actor? Do you remember any particular incident when you were just unusually impressed with Olivier? And now just reactions. Okay.